All right, well, we got first week of competition coming up to Chico and Stanislaus. Decathletes are going to Chico?
Yep, decathletes and heptathletes.
Okay. All right, well, talk to me about your first road trip coming up.
We're just excited. You know, we've been anxiously awaiting the start of season for many months, and athletes have been training hard. So we're just excited to hit the ground running and see what kind of results we can, open up with.
I mean, this time of year it's usually pretty rainy out here. You think track and field, you're usually outside, but you're saying that hasn't really affected you guys' training so much.
Hasn't affected our training too much. We'll be indoors some days when we can be drilling or doing things that allow us to be indoors. But a lot of the time we have to be outside to be able to practice our sport and also to be ready, for that mental preparation when you have to compete in the rain. We can't turn the rain off, and we're still going to be competing. So the athletes have to be ready for that, and we train for that.
You were off last week, had your inter-scrimmage the week before that. What are you seeing from your team that has you excited for the season?
We have a lot of good performances. It's still so early to really know in terms of, a training performance versus a competitive performance in a meet. That's where we kind of start to see, the athlete's mentality that going into the track meet, they change things. They might get too nervous, or they might get too excited, or they might warm up way too early and fatigue themselves out. So we get to kind of see how our practice and psychological preparation, how that is applied in the competition, and we hope that they don't change things. We hope that they do everything the same, but there's always going to be a little bit of a learning curve. So I'm always just excited to see how they do, and to kind of coach them through the process of making sure that they're successfully making that transition into competition and changing as little as possible.
Okay, well, it is the first outside competition that you're going to face this year, and I'm sure all the athletes and you as well must be excited.
Very excited.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
We're just excited to compete, just to have a starting point, and we know that with the weather forecast that we always have this time of year, we may not necessarily be running PR times right now, but it's all about just competing with where we're at in terms of our training and fitness, but also with what the weather provides us, and knowing that we're competing in the weather with the other competitors that are competing in the same conditions. So it becomes more about competition rather than about the marks at this point in time. And each week we just try to keep chipping away and improving those marks and improving our ability to compete head to head with other teams.
Okay, still early in the season. What are you expecting this week?
In terms of placements, I can't really tell you that. We don't really know this many days in advance what exactly other teams are even going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just expecting to get a starting point, try to keep everybody healthy through the meet, and avoid injuries and make sure everybody's warming up properly and cooling down properly. And we're just expecting to get some marks to start off. So that's about all we can expect for our first competition.
All right, anything else you'd like to add?
No.
All right, thank you.
Cool.